Greetings and welcome to the April edition of The Place to Be. I'm John Neiman, your host, Executive Director at Father Carr's Place to Be. As you look at our set decor, you know that it's got to be spring. It's the month where Easter happens. It's just a great time to be out, to be around. Hopefully the flowers will be coming up. It's a wonderful time. April also is National Volunteer Recognition Month. And also a week set aside, April 17th starts that special week in which we take time to thank our volunteers. And don't get me wrong, we thank our volunteers all year round, but this week is just a special time to do a little extra celebrating with them. Also, a date I want you to remember is that Father Carr's Place to Be Bridge Walk will take place on Saturday, June 4th, 2022. So watch Facebook, watch our website for more information. I have to thank our sponsors who put on this show for us. Without them and their support, we would not be here. So again, Father Carr's Place to Be is one of our monetary sponsors, and we thank them for supporting this venture. And then also the Oshkosh Herald, which is a wonderful community newspaper. Comes out on Tuesday, is full of information, full of great things. And then set design, Brian at U Bloom on Witzel. He does fantastic things, and if you've never been there, stop in his shop. You will be there a while. There's so much more besides floral. There's jewelry, there's coffee, there's candles, there's clothes, there's scarves. There's a lot. And wait till spring when you can go out and get your garden plants. Where can you see us? You can see us out right here on Spectrum, on Life TV. Also, if you go to YouTube and put Oshkosh Media in, our videos will pull up and you can see all our videos. This actually is our 8th video since we started this show last fall. So I'm so glad you're with us. I have an exciting show to share with you. So when we come back from our break, we're going to talk about Father Carr's Place to Be.
We've always been interconnected, interdependent, united. And that's never been more apparent than right now. What we do together today will determine how we live united tomorrow. Stay home, stay strong, and if you're able, give for your neighbors who need help the most.
Hi, welcome back to my second segment of The Place to Be. I want to mention quickly, Father Carr's does serve an Easter meal. It will be delivery, once again, like we did with Christmas. So if you're interested in learning more about the Easter meal, or you want to be a delivery driver, love this crew at Oshkosh Media. I just say it and it's there. Easter is Sunday, April 17th. The meals will be delivered between 10 a.m. and noon, but we need you to call Father Carr's Place to Be by April 17th. April 17th is his day, but we need you to call ahead of time so we can get delivered. So please call by, thank you, call by April, and I made it big enough too. Isn't the print big enough for my eyes? April 13th, we need you to call then. It's 920-231-2378. So if you're interested in learning more about the Easter meal, or if you want to be a driver, we have families that come and deliver. Well, I'm excited to talk today about Father Carr's Place to Be. And I have two wonderful guests with me today who I put on the spot, who I called, contacted, and said, would you please do this for me because you are Father Carr's. We have Diane Lee here who is volunteering the food pantry. I'm going to let her talk about everything she does, but she's my media go-to person. The media has been so good to Father Carr's. Good Day Wisconsin comes and does live remotes by us. And I know people are sick of seeing my face on TV, so I have Diane come. And then we also have a new face here, Tommy Trudy. He is a UWO Human Services intern that is with us for this term. So thank you for being with us also.
Thank you.
Diane, talk about Father Carr's and what led you to Father Carr's.
Well, I'm going to have to say Father Carr's is a great place to be.
It is.
I love it.
It is because of the people who are there and their volunteers. But what led me there was, of course, my mother. And she is a volunteer at Father Carr's by knitting hats for the Christmas giveaway for children. So she knits about, or crochets about maybe 100 or so, and brings them over. The thing about Father Carr's is we have many wonderful, I work in both Friday and Thursday preparing for the drive-through, which is the food pantry, and we have to set up boxes, and we have to distribute food and get it ready to be distributed, and we have at least 10 to 12 people who come on Friday. We have the university, Father Zach and his kids come.
Yep, from the Newman Center.
From the Newman Center, and they come and help. And then we also have on Thursday, we have 3 of us who get ready for the Thursday. And
so you're always busy. You're a fixture there, and you're kind of the go-to person now when I have new volunteers that come in. And then there's Tommy. So Tommy is an intern with me with Human Services, but one thing he said he wanted to do or continue to do was the drive-through food pantry. So he does that besides. So let's go to the pictures, because you got to have pictures. Let's go to the screen, and we'll talk about the pictures. So we're supported also. A lot of people do shopping through Amazon Smile. So we're also listed as a place that benefits from Amazon Smile. So if anybody does their shopping, they can designate Father Carr's, and we will get part of the proceeds. Just designate Father Carr's place to be. Well, there's our place. There's Father Carr's place to be. There's our Mother Teresa Center, which is sort of the hub for all of us at Father Carr's. Tommy actually took this picture because I asked Tommy to take pictures for me so we could update the website. What I love here is he got the Vote Here sign out front. And not many people know that we are an election site now. We started this last year. We're privileged to be asked to be an election site. And so April, the election is coming up. And so those people in our district come to Father Carr's and they vote. Our mission statement, and this I truly love, and this goes on all our newsletters, our literature. It says we're a parish or a church without walls, because we're there to serve so many people in all the different things that we do. And it says, Tommy, I'll let you read it.
It says, we are a parish without walls. As a life enrichment center, we are driven by Christian values to provide a sense of community and support for people in need. We strive to foster hope, self-worth, and a self-sustaining life through housing, food, healthcare, educational programs, and volunteer opportunities.
Thank you very well, because you have younger eyes. I have bifocals, hard for me. But again, what that means is so many people, when they think of Father Carr's, they think of one or two things. They may think of, like Diane, the food pantry, or they may think of the homeless shelter, but they don't understand that we have a free clinic. We have a community center. We have special programs. There's so much more. Diane, what is on our screen now?
Peppers. We get so many things in from different stores, different places that donate, and since we rely on donations, we have to have produce come in. And when the produce come in, we look at it and distribute it to other, so that the good produce is gone out to families.
Right. And again, who's in that picture, Diane?
Mary and Kathy. And myself.
Right.
And here we are bagging the produce that has come in.
And like Diane said, we get a lot of our local businesses who donate to us. And then in the summer, Allenville is a blessing to us. But the items have to be gone through and sorted. Again, who is this, Tommy?
This is Eric Rudd. It looks like he's bringing some donations for you guys.
Yes, and where is he?
I
Putting you on the
believe
spot?
he's at St. Rafe's.
Okay.
As far as I know.
He did a collection with his students. And so that's what we rely on. Diane said, we're donor-driven and we're volunteer-driven. That's what Father Carr's is about. So again, another gracious donor who brought in the items for us, but it takes volunteers to go through the items and to sort all the items. One thing that Diane has done, and our UWO nursing students are doing now too, is they're putting the nutritional value of items on things. So when people grab something, they know maybe it's got a lot of sugar, maybe it has a lot of salt, maybe you should eat this. You want to we'll talk about other things you've done, Diane, too, like expiration dates. And
We went through, because we get so much produce, we get so much frozen stuff, that just like stores, they have to
sort through it all. Yep.
Yeah, they have to change their stuff so that the dated stuff don't get left behind. And we had noticed that in our freezer, some of it was older, so we had to bring it forward. And now we got our freezer organized so that it goes out according to the months that are in there, so that nothing gets left behind that is old. So we have good stuff for people to get.
Diane is the sign lady. I mean, we have signs all over now, which is really, really good for people. And one thing that we want to do, because we have the drive-through food pantry every Friday, 10 till noon, for now with the winter months. But we also have something called Our Daily Bread. And that's available every day but Friday, because Friday is the food pantry. But in there, people can come in and go shopping. But sometimes the pastries and the donuts and the cake will overwhelm the apples and the bananas and all that. So we're trying to do more to promote healthy eating, what you should have proportionately on a plate, etc. And you guys do a good job of sorting that.
Well, yes, and the other thing about it is we try to get more of the produce out on the daily thing. And the daily thing starts at 10 and it goes till 2.
Yes, till 2.
So every day there is produce out there, there is fruit out there, besides all the goodies that people like. And if you watch them, they seem to go right to the goodie part.
Yes.
But we try to produce that.
Exactly. Let's go back to some pictures, some fun pictures now on our screen. One of our greatest needs at this point in time are receptionists in our Mother Teresa Center. So there we have Melissa, who's been with us quite a while, and then Cindy. And Cindy's a newer volunteer. They work on Tuesdays. Tommy, did you train with one of them? Who did you train with?
I trained a little bit more with Melissa.
Melissa.
Yep.
Can you want to tell us a little about what you know that the volunteers do at the front desk?
Sure. The first immediate thing is obviously greeting people at the door, and then some people bring in donations right to the front door, and we'll accept them there. And then the other big thing is the phone calls we get. We get a lot of phone calls from homeless people in need of somewhere to stay. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of take them through our process of all the policies that we have and see if this is the right fit for them. So there's a lot that goes into these phone calls and knowing what the policies are. And Melissa and Cindy were very good. They know our policies pretty well. So
exactly. And again, Tommy's Human Services. So we're kind of cross-training him too, so he can be able to do part of that. Because most people think that the receptionists just sit there and smile and hand out candy. Well, they do. But they also do the intakes, which Tommy mentioned, and that's an important part for us. People call and say, I need a place to stay. Well, we have a process. We have a life enrichment program at Father Carr's. So we're there to enrich their lives, to get them back on their feet, to get them a job, to help them save their money so they can get an apartment. So we have guidelines that we follow there, and the receptionists have to do all of that. So it's an important role, and we're always looking for more receptionists. We do have snowbirds who go away, so we have to fill those spots, and our interns have filled the spots, quite nicely too. So, that's one area we could really use people if you're interested in that. It's not only during the day, during the week, but also on the weekend. We're looking for a receptionist at the Mother Teresa Center. So that was great. Let's go to another picture. Who is that, Diane?
Sister Angela.
Sister Rebecca, yeah.
Rebecca. Yeah.
Sister Rebecca, we've also renamed her Sister Joy. Look at her face. That says it all. We have 4 sisters from Ghana who run our women and children's shelter. And they help out everywhere on our campus, including the food pantry on Fridays. And there is Sister unloading some of the milk donations. And I do want to talk about donations because we have people, Diane, what are people doing at Father Carr's at 6 a.m. in the morning?
They have gone and picked up different places like, would you believe, Pizza Ranch. They have a buffet. They take the pizza that can't stay out any longer. They'll put it in a plastic container and they donate it to us, and we repackage it so that it's in a package nice size for a family. And you'd be surprised how many people just love that pizza.
They know.
Yeah.
Especially on Fridays, you have the pizza.
Yeah.
And Diane mentioned, okay, people, are you listening? We're talking 6 a.m. We have drivers that come, and they're older drivers.
Yes.
I won't say their age. They're older drivers, but they come 7 days a week, and they go around to Pizza Ranch,
Quick
Trips,
Festival Foods. There's quite a few. Pick and Save,
right.
I think.
And they're picking up items that either are near expiration, close to expiration, or there's a difference, I know, between expired and I can't think of the other word.
Shelf
by,
life.
yes.
Shelf life.
Yeah.
And sell by.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we go through them all, but it's those drivers at 6 a.m. who are going out to pick all of that in all kinds of weather.
Yes.
They're there in all kinds of weather. So we really do appreciate it. So that's another group of volunteers that we utilize, are our drivers in the morning. Okay, let's go back to some fun pictures. Okay, here we're talking about one of our events that we had to change because of COVID. And I think it was a good change. It's our children's Christmas event.
Yeah.
And we called this the Holiday Express. And we had a live nativity scene out this year that was Joe the Camel. Very friendly, wonderful camel. It was a nice day out that day, but we had stations, and we had families manning the stations, and everybody that drove through, they made a reservation, they drove through, they all got a gift or something to celebrate Christmas. And I believe the next picture are these faithful young ladies who have been with us. The second year we've done the Holiday Express. Julie's Touch of Silver. They deserve a round of applause because the last 2 years they've been with us, they dance outside. Mm-hmm. They're dancing outside, so as the cars drive through our place, they're out there entertaining. And again, it's volunteers putting on events so the community can be a better place. Well, in our community center that we have, the Mother Teresa Center, we also have games. We have pool, we have ping pong, we have foosball, we have air hockey. We have things not only for our residents to do, but for our volunteers to do, and when groups come in.
Talk about the new cafeteria style.
Oh, so there we go. Thank you. I know you're here for a reason. So all this is part of our new cafe. So we have a brand new cafe that will be available for the public to utilize. Retro, looks really cool. We have a huge space also for people in our Mother Teresa Center. So that could be a place if somebody needs a place for confirmation party, graduation party, baptism, shower, just to get together. Call us, ask me about it. I'll be glad to tell you more about the Mother Teresa Cafe. Good point. Diane, I'm getting old, so I'm glad you remind me of this stuff. Well, here's another thing that we need to talk about, because again, people don't know everything that makes up the Father Carr campus. We have a free clinic. It's called the St. Francis Free Clinic. The hours do vary, but the hours that stay the same for us are Monday evening, Tuesday afternoon, and Friday is lab day. Again, this is all volunteer driven. Volunteer healthcare workers. We're always looking for receptionists to help out. Our greatest need, and the greatest need for the free clinic and a lot of free clinics, is dentists. That's probably the number one ask that we get, is dentists. So we're regrouping our clinic. We're remodeling it a little for the dentist, but we just need to have the dentist come in because that's a need. So you need more information, go to our website also. It'll talk to you about the free clinic. It's a free clinic. We don't ask for money. We don't ask for your salary or anything like that. Everything that we do is for free. Okay, next slide. Well, Diane, you know about these. We do 3 special meals
Yes,
per year.
we do the Thanksgiving. Well, we start out with Easter, which is coming up.
Yep.
And then we have Thanksgiving and we have Christmas. And we used to have people come in.
Diane, did you see that you mentioned Easter? What happened?
It pops up. Oh my! Oh, somebody's really good here.
Yeah.
But we used to have them so that people could come in and enjoy a meal. Now, because of COVID, we have to have the meals delivered. So that's why we ask people to reserve your dinner by the 13th so you can have it for Easter. You don't have to cook or anything, and it's really it's going to be a ham dinner, I believe, too.
Ham dinner.
With all the fixings.
Yes, and I do want to say, because we've stressed this enough, I don't think we stressed it enough. We're donor-driven, we're volunteer-driven. That entire meal is donated from people in our community. We have people that donate the hams to us. Aegis Financial is one. West Point Bank is another. Dr. McDonald is another. They donate the hams for us. We have schools that will do drives, so we get the mashed potatoes, so we get the vegetable, so we get the dessert. Yes, there'll be candy also. It's Easter, you have to have candy. We also have groups that make handmade cards.
Right, we have that. We also have our freezers get overloaded because we have such generous donators who do the hams all year, almost all year round, that even sometimes after the meals we give them out. But it's such a beautiful way that the volunteers come together on the day that we give out these meals, and the way it works is just marvelous, how people come together and
it's done from 10 till noon, and it's done.
Yeah, and it's done. We have the people who put the boxes together. We have another place where the people are picking them up to take them out to deliver them to people. I mean, it's just a miracle how things all come together.
Do you know
on those
what?
meals.
You know what? Masks have made me notice a lot of things about people, and I know a lot of people have different opinions on masks. But whether you're wearing a mask or not, you can still see the joy in people's eyes, and you can see the joy in your eyes as you're talking. You know, and that's not just because I want you to volunteer, Diane. It is the truth. Let's see if we have any pictures left. We do. So we put these pictures in here just to show you how many people it takes to do it all. You look at those pictures, whether it's people donating, whether it's people making the cards there, whether you talked about your mother crocheting and knitting, people filling the food boxes. Thrivent has been a big supporter. Bergstrom, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, they all come together for a common cause, which is to support Father Carr's 48 years. 48
now,
years.
You missed telling about the school kids that come on a weekly basis and find work for them to do.
Yes, and we have them from the local high schools, plus we have the homeschoolers that come. Am I done with the pictures, or are there more? I don't know. I think
that was it.
I sent Scott so many pictures. But we have to talk about Tommy for a moment.
Yes.
So let's talk about, your major is human resources.
Human services.
Human
leader.
services.
Yep.
Tell us why you chose Father Carr's to intern at.
Sure. So my first, I guess, interaction or finding out about Father Carr's came through a ministry within the diocese that I actually did back in 2018. It was called Love Begins Here. That was my first ever encounter. I just came down with a group of kids, and we worked on some landscaping that day. I got to meet the sisters, and I had no idea. I'm not originally from the area, and then I found out about this place, and that would not be the last time that I saw Father Carr's. I had done some other mission work and some other volunteering within the community. I know you had Dr. Leicano on the show. I took his class that year as well, and then was able to volunteer with St. Vincent de Paul. So
you're just tying all this together, aren't you? Because Mike Luter and Doctor was my second show. Yep. We just had St. Vincent de Paul. Very good.
Yep. They do very good work, and through some of these experiences, I just really developed this desire to help others and to share that with other people. And I knew that happens at Father Carr's. I knew that opportunity was very much present there. I'd spent a little bit of time volunteering at the food pantry and just familiar with the people. I think one of my friends at the university too, Sammy Boehm actually, she interned with us last year. And so I got to know her and then found out more about the program and found out more about Father Carr's through her. So there's a lot of connections being made and a lot of good things happening now that I actually get to spend more time with you guys and get to work together on some of our big projects.
So I'll put you on the spot here in front of this entire TV audience. Who, there's millions of people watching us. So what's your impression so far of interning at Father Carr's?
So I started back in the beginning of February, and I'm blown away. Every day it's something new. I come in and I get to talk to John and see his smiling face every day. And
wait till I do your evaluation. that goes right up there.
Every day it's something new. Sometimes I've got things to do on just my education, like my academic end of things with the internship, but there's so much that goes into Father Carr's, whether it's taking care of the volunteers or the services we provide and just like networking within the organization. It's always a surprise to me when I come in. And yeah, it's been an enjoyable experience so far. I can't wait to see how the rest of the internship wraps up, and I'm excited to meet all the different people. Every day there's somebody new to meet and something to take away from the experience. So
that's very cool. And you have an advantage too, because Tommy volunteers 2 days a week, so he gets to meet two separate people. That's one complaint I hear from the volunteers. If I have to say the volunteers complain, it's because if they don't work with an intern, they don't get to know the interns. And they say, I don't know who that person is, and it's the same way with the interns.
Yeah.
And so, but as you can see from our audience, I'm celebrating Father Carr's Place to Be, and I'm celebrating our volunteers, because really, they are simply wonderful. When you talk about people giving of their time, giving of their talent, and giving of their passion for a cause, and the hours aren't always glamorous. Like I said, 6 a.m. in the morning. When our food pantry used to be in the morning at 8, Diane would be there at 6 in the morning getting things set, because the food boxes, and I could briefly, because we're running out of time, I knew this was going to happen. Every Friday we give away a food box, which is a banana box filled with food, plus, Diane, they get to choose other things.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because there's the meat, there's the vegetables, there's the produce. There's so many things that are extra. There's the soup from
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. I mean, when
So
you talk about different things.
And so we're talking about a box. We weighed them once. They can go from 40 to 60 pounds of a box of food that you're getting. So if you're interested in our drive-through food pantry, you can just come on a Friday between 10 and noon. We'll sign you up there. You might see Tommy's smiling face. You will see Diane inside because she's organizing everything. I hate to say this, but our time is winding down. I wanted to make this show very special and highlight what Father Carr's is about. It's been doing it for 48 years because of volunteers like Tommy from UWO, like Diane, and all the rest of our volunteers, plus all the wonderful donors that we have. We could go on and on with our donors, mentioning Tamara's wonderful cupcakes. There's so many more. Check us out. Check Father Carr's out. Check out our website. Check out our Facebook page. We're so glad that you could be with us. Celebrate National Volunteer Recognition Week and thank all those people who make a difference in our community. Thank you for watching.